And we welcome back to the Stacy Carter Coaching Show. I'm your host, Tom Taylor. Again, Wednesday at noon we'll come out with our final show of 2015. Of course, all the previous shows are out there archived for video and audio on demand. And simply go to TomTaylorSports.com. And Coach Carter, Friday night, they came to town, the Smyrna Bulldogs, and heck of a football game. And again, Hilltoppers don't prevail. Smyrna does, but not for lack of effort. Our kids really kind of laid it out there for you.
The kids' effort was great. Effort's been great, and resilience has been great all year. We didn't end like we wanted to end. I mean, for sure, like that. We never have any speeches for after games like that, so we're not planning on losing a game. But I think first half we played, very well up until the last few minutes of the second quarter, and there's just a few critical things that happened that were turning points in the game. That we could have done a little different that maybe change the outcome. And I know I've got some things I'd like to change, and I'm sure we got some players like to change some decisions that they did too. But I mean, it's all when you go back and look at all that stuff, you look at things, one thing would have went like this, and about three or four different things that we could have changed, coaching and just decisions we made as players, whatever we could have changed the outcome of the game. But definitely taking nothing away from the Smyrna Bulldogs. I mean, a very athletic, very physical team. A typical Rutherford County team, had a lot of talent, had some Division I athletes on the team for sure. We did have our opportunities though, and some of the things we could have did different. We could have changed a whole lot of stuff, but it's one of those nights. We didn't prevail, as you said, but I'm proud of these kids. I'm proud of their effort, and I love these senior class with a bunch of great human beings on that team and good football players also. So they're going to be missed.
You talked last week on the show about how the game was going to be decided by big plays, and that's exactly what happened Friday night. Again, they had some big plays early. We had some big plays. They just had more big plays than we did.
They did, and then we have had a couple balls. We had some guys open. We threw a little short, and the cornerback made great play on a couple. And we had 4 turnovers. They had 0, and you need some help like that sometimes too. And there's like I say, there's a few critical things. I mean, of course, there's the pooch kick that we punt on the when we on the kickoff. There's the critical probably 4th and 1 where I like to change the call, being a different set. I think that one's on me, and there's probably a lot more on me too. I mean, you look on the whole thing, it's on all of us, but there's some things we'd like to do different, of course.
The momentum swing in the football game from our our standpoint, the broadcast was the pooch kick, and they ruled kicker interference and gave them the football. But I felt like that kind of, I'm making excuses, is the way it was, but I felt like that was a real big game changer as far as momentum in the football game.
That's a real big game changer, and it's hard to see on film what happened. What we've seen. And of course, you can fair catch it, but it's not like a punt. You fair catch it, you got to catch the ball. If you fair catch it and get away from the ball, it's a live ball, and that's what we felt happened. He got away from the ball, but they went back like a punt rule and gave it to him. But the ball hits on the ground, it's a live ball. So
Exactly.
there is a different scenario. We had our offense there. I think the guys met for about 5 minutes, and no instant replay or nothing in high school, but they finally figured out that got together and figured out and got a little bit of explanation, not a whole lot. So, but that did change things. It did. You don't want to say one play change, but there's probably 3 or 4. Especially a couple big ones. That one and a big 4th down one, and then 20 having the big interception with a little overthrew the ball. So that's 3, big things that get a change. And some of those 3rd and long passes that we let get by too. So, 5 things, but that's a lot. It's a lot to overcome sometimes when you do that, and hopefully, we get down the road, we don't have those mistakes anymore like that.
The 2 playoff games, of course, Coffee County had a young man named Taylor, a sophomore, was a heck of a running back. And last Friday night, Coach Perkins, 217 yards, 3 touchdowns, and 25 carries. He's only a junior, and I dare say if things go the way they should for this young man, we'll be seeing and hearing him in a couple of years on Saturday somewhere in college football, because Casey Perkins is a load. He was a heck of a football player.
Heck of a football player. Him, and you got the Division I safety receiver. It's hard to say his name. OKK. And then you got his brother, number 11, which is a nice, very good linebacker too. I thought their linebackers were good. 8, 25, and then they had a lot of skill guys. I thought 20 had a heck of a game, of course, and 14's a good player. and you have 2 and 3, which are very good athletes in the secondary, and then threw some people in that that really we hadn't seen on film a lot that had big games. Number 16 and number 7 for them that could really run too. So had a lot of skill guys. They made plays, taking nothing away from those guys. Had some good linebackers and very good football team all the way around.
Hilltoppers, lose 42-22. We'll take a break, come right back, and show the highlights package. Again, the Science Hill wraps things up at 9-3, and for Coach Stacy Carter now, 52-19 is the head man at Science Hill. And on this field behind us here at Steve Spurrier Field at Kermit Tipton Stadium, when we play opposition, we are 30-6 on this field heading into the 2016 campaign. Quick break. We'll be right back with the highlights package. You are watching and listening to the Stacy Carter Coaches Show.
Trucks, 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 and more trucks. At Champion Chevrolet on the Motor Mile in Johnson City, we have Silverado trucks everywhere with discounts up to $11,000 off MSRP on select Silverado All-Star Crew Cabs. 15 Spark, $10,995. 15 Sonic, $12,995. 15 Track, $17,995. 15 Equinox, $20,995. Shop us online 24/7 and don't forget our Saturday service hours. Champion Chevrolet on the Motor Mile in Johnson City, where they leave you asking, how do they do that?
Whether lying on the beach, just working in your yard, or watching NASCAR racing this weekend in Bristol, your skin needs protection from the harmful effects of the sun. Blue Lizard Sunscreen delivers broad-spectrum SPF 30-plus protection that comes with smart bottle technology. Our bottle changes colors in the presence of UV rays, reminding you to cover up. It's the brand most recommended by pharmacists and dermatologists nationwide, plus it's made right here in the Tri-Cities. Blue Lizard Sunscreen, we've got you covered.
Right? Leave that guy?
Get free coffee all February long. Just ask for a cup of our hot or iced coffee.
Welcome back to the Stacy Carter Coaches Show. I'm your host, Tom Taylor. Again, new show comes out every Wednesday. Our final show for 2015 at TomTaylorSports.com every Wednesday at noon. And Coach, coin toss, we win, we defer, we kick it off to them. And son of a gun, first play, they take it down the field on a Casey Perkins 70-yard run. And so they start out early scoring in this football game. But we come right back, and on a 4th down and 5 from the 32-yard line, a heck of a play, Justin Bedard finds Colby Martin for the touchdown.
It was a great play, great throw, great catch, and Kobe did a great job after the catch too. So we had motion going to the left, and Justin did a good job riding in there and threw just a slant. They hit an inside slant, and he took it the distance. And it was a big play, big momentum for us. We needed it at that time, especially after giving the first play from the line scrimmage touchdown. You never want that to happen. So, but we came back and scored.
Sign of a good football team. When they score, you come back and match them, right?
Yeah, well, it was a good deal. I mean, It really was, and something we had to do right there. And like I say, if you take the first quarter and a half, we played very well.
Second highlight, we want to show you, of course, at the 3:48 mark of the first quarter. And again, it's a 14-6 at that point lead by the Bulldogs. And Justin Bedard, 4th down and 1, and he hammers it in for his 11th rushing touchdown of the season.
That whole drive, and King kind of set it up with a great run there on first down to start the run. I think he had about a 15 or 20-yard run, and he ran over about 3 or 4 people to do that, and it got us down into a good position to score. And then we had to battle to get it in. I mean, it took us some short runs to get it in, but finally we ran a sweep to the left, and he was able to put it in.
So with that, at the end of the first quarter, 14-12, and we come back, and Marcus got his hand on that field goal. He blocked. That was his 3rd one of the year. He's got his hands on that blocked field goal. I thought that was huge in a football game.
It was huge. The momentum was going our way after that. They had a great drive. The defense really stepped up and held them to a field goal attempt and ended up blocking that. And I thought that was a big play of the game, and it gave us the momentum.
And we take it down the field on a 13-play, 58-yard drive. We took almost 5 minutes off the clock, and it's capped off at the 4:05 mark in the first half. Adam Morlegan's field goal. Here on the highlights, he is 5 for 8 on the season from field goal range. He gives us a lead 15-14, and Morlegan did his job and hammered that field goal.
The kicking was a lot of confidence in the end of the year, and it was a great kick, great hole, great kick. Everything was great about that, and it was good. And I mean, good to hit that and get out of there with points. And it wasn't a short field goal either. I mean, he hit it pretty good.
We're going to halftime trailing 21-15 into the second half. Of course, they got things rolling for the Bulldogs, and at the end of the third quarter, they led 35-15. Our last highlight came with 20 seconds in the football game. It was a heck of a throw, Jalen Adams, which kind of gives me a lot of excitement and optimism for 2016. He was back there and in traffic, rifled one in the back of the end zone to Nakia for the touchdown.
Yeah, good play for Jalen, a little ad lib, and you'll see that a lot with him. I thought Jalen played well too. On his kickoff returns, he had a couple real good kickoff returns for us early to get to flip the field position for us, and great play by him finding Nakia. And the guy's had a lot of touchdowns this year for a tight end, so it was a good catch. And he just scrambled around. There was nobody open on the initial play, and he was able to make something happen with his legs and his arm.
Absolutely, Nakia Smith and the Hilltoppers. Final score of the season, 42-22, and so. Coach, before we go to the final break, come back and pay tribute to our seniors. Let's talk about this team, 2015. Again, we go 9-3 in the senior class, 38-10. But let's just kind of look at this season, and starting with Elizabeth and all the way through. And we've given the fans and the folks in Johnson City a lot of thrills. This has been an exciting football team.
Very exciting football team. And what we like is the resilience in the guys and the fight they've had on. We've had our ups and downs, and but we came out on top most of the time. We go to the Maryville game, getting Justin hurt. We had that and didn't play very well after that. Of course, another hiccup we had was Bearden went down to the wire. It could have went either way. We could have very well come out with that win, and that's probably the thing. If you look back on the schedule, if you want to say, hey, I'd like to have something change, it would have gave us a 10-win season, and it would have helped a lot of things too. But it's one of those things. But look at the games that we come out on top. The Bradley Central game where we weren't playing very well, we were able to persevere and come there. We went down to the Hardin Valley, a good Hardin Valley team in the rain, and jumped out there and got those guys. Played well. A good Jefferson County team jumped all over them here at home. So, we were able to prevail even early in the season with Elizabethton, with things not going our way. And I think we didn't score 5 times in the red zone. We were able to still miss 3 field goals and still able to overcome it. So, a bunch of guys that could do a lot of things. And what I like about them, a lot of fight and a great bunch of kids, and they're going to be missed.
They lived out the phrase the late Winston Churchill said one time. He said, never, 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 never quit. And the Hilltoppers didn't quit, did they?
No, the kids didn't quit. There was fight in them, and it hurt them the other night. They didn't quit the other night. Just things didn't go our way.
We'll take a quick break, come right back, pay tribute to some of the young men who had a heck of a year and a heck of a career at Science Hill, and get ready for 2016. It'll be here before you know it. I promise you the way things are going. Seems like older we get, the faster the calendar comes around, doesn't it?
It does. I mean, they say that, and there's a lot of truth to it because it does. It goes quicker every year.
He's not old. I'm old, but it comes around quicker.
I'm getting there.
Yeah. We'll take a quick break. We'll come right back to our final segment of the Stacy Carter Coaches Show.
Discover the difference with Bracken Paving.
Come on now, we can start today. We'll find a way to make it better. Pick up the pace and work together. Come on now.
Call the professionals at Bracken for your next paving project. 423-323-8197. Discover the difference with Bracken Paving.
Back on the Stacy Carter Coaches Show. I'm your host, Tom Taylor. To say that this has been a pleasure and honor to sit with this man for 10, 11, 12 weeks is an understatement. Loved every minute of it. Can't wait till 2016. And, Coach, going out, let's pay tribute to some of these young men. Seniors going to run down the entire list here in a minute of all the young men who wore the football jersey for Science Hill. Finished up as a senior class at 38 and 10 over the 4 years of varsity here at Science Hill High School. But I guess you got to start Justin Bedard. There's no question this young man, what an asset to our program. Over 2,400 yards of offense just this year, and he was kind of the catalyst for our football team, and he's going to be sorely missed.
He's going to be missed. I mean, he's going to miss mostly as a person. Yeah, he is a great football player, and but he's made this program better. He really has, and in a lot of ways. And I know he's been a pleasure to coach. And it's the kind of kid that you want to coach. I mean, he's one of my favorite kids that I've ever coached. I mean, he is a special person, special player, and he is going to be missed, and a good leader too. So he's had those injuries. Some people don't know it really hurt his wrist. Right at the first of the third quarter, and it really affected him the other night, and he was hurting like crazy, and just persevered and played through it. And a lot of people don't even know what goes on during the game sometimes, but I think he's going to be okay. But what a great kid, and what a great football player. He's going to do well whatever he does. He will play football on the next level, but he's going to do well in life, and let's say he's a special kid.
On the other side of the football, we got to pay tribute to Bryson Tolley. Finished up the season with 147 tackles for a junior. That's phenomenal. We got him back next year.
Yeah, that's a good thing. I mean, you like to see, some juniors have years like that, and what a year he's had. I believe, him and probably the Blackman kid from Maryville is the best two defensive players in our conference, and he is a fantastic player. Going to be back next year. Going to be a great leader for us, and he's a two-sport athlete for us here at our school. It does a lot of things, but what a great year for him, and we'll see him play on the next level. We just got to figure out where he's going to go, and but he's going to be able to play on the next level also.
Let's run them down again numerically for this football team. Number 2, Jordan Holly. Number 3, Tyreek Perkins. Number 9, Zach Kennedy. Number 11, Justin Bedard. Number 16, Brett Marcus. Landon Brown, number 17, senior. Matthew Bestman, number 20. 24, Micah Thompson. Number 25, Elijah Mathis. What more can you say about this kid? He'll be playing somewhere on Saturday as well. Number 33, Irvin Rembert. Number 44, Costas Kalogris. Also seniors on our football team this year. Number 53, Tyler Bradley. Number 8, Reese Fain. Number 59, Jacob Jennings. Number 66, Bill Cameron Burris. I'll always remember that touchdown, rumbling down the sideline. The ground was shaking. That was a great touchdown. I'll never forget that. Number 69, Justin Hunter. Big number 70, Quentin Alabokas. He'll be playing on Saturdays. Number 71, Andrew Leach. 72, Adonis Fields. Also, number 75, Kalen Jameson, a heck of a career for the Hilltoppers. Number 77, Corey Austin. And, of course, number 86, Adam Morlegan. That's everybody off the current roster that we had as of Friday night. And, Coach, that's a heck of a senior class. There's a lot of points and a lot of talent walking away from this program.
There's a lot of talent walking away and a lot of good people walking away. I like to sit here and talk about every one of them. So every one of them has a story, and every one of them are special people to me. And I just, we hate to lose these kids, and I think you're going to see a lot of those guys do great things and make a difference in this world, and that's what we want them to do. We'll say something about a couple of our captains. First, Elijah Mathis. What a kid, what a player, what a person, and he's going to be missed. In that game the other night, and not having him for a whole half really affected us, of course, but you're going to see him playing. Say something about Costa, that injury he had, what a great year he had, and having that injury really, really, really hurt us, I believe, But to see him, he's had a whole bunch of injuries and come back, and then you got all kinds of guys. But Quentin, what a year, and he's going to play. Reese Fain, a year. Kalen Jamison. I mean, we can just sit there and name a lot of kids. Then I had the kids that got injured. They're great kids too. Jacob Jennings and Andrew Leach. You hate to see that happen to those kids because they pour everything into it, and it comes down to this. But Adam Morlegan, what a year he had to come back. So I mean, there's so many kids that have made a difference, and the receiving core with Jordan Holly. A two-sport kid, great kid, and then Tyreek Perkins, which I think he made really a difference on Friday night. You could tell he was a standout player, and what a great kid, and we got a great story, with him too. So there's so many good ones there. We can't name all of them, but they're all special people to us, and they'll be missed.
And so you move it forward, obviously, to 2016. Those are the kids we lose. We got a bunch of them come back, a lot of talented young men. And I know you and I were talking off camera. You're very excited about 2016. Got some kids coming up, of course, from Liberty Bell and the freshman team. So we get ready for another chapter of Science Hill Hilltopper football. Losing these kids, and we don't want to diminish the fact they're gone. But we do want to look ahead at 2016 and a lot of excitement around this program for next year.
A lot of excitement. Sitting there thinking, and in their secondary, too, we, losing Landon Brown, too, a kid that worked his tail off to get where he wants to go to. But, coming back to the guys coming up, we got a lot of talent coming up. We really do. You got Bryson. We already talked about Bryson. Nakai, I think, had a heck of a year. Colby had a heck of a year. King had a heck of a year. And then you got those linemen in there. Also Austin Cox, I thought, did a great job at center.
Mm-hmm.
Chad Gage did a super job for us on both sides of the ball. Trey Gastiger is a sophomore, got all kinds of playing time. And then on the defensive side of the ball, you got Riley. They got all that playing time. Arthur James coming there late. And then, of course, you got Jalen. Jalen's a sophomore. He was able to do a lot of things for us, too, so he's back. So, there's a lot of people that are coming back to help us. So some of them will be missed and hard to replace, like always. And you'll have to get playing time for those other kids. But kind of get into the mix. It takes some time, and there's nothing like playing time. But future's bright. But these guys are going to be missed.
Stacy Carter's first year 6-5, second year 8-4, 2012 9-2, 2013 9-3, last year 11-2, this year 9-3. He is 53-18 as the head coach at Science Hill. Again, this senior class, an outstanding, stout 38-10 record for these graduating or departing seniors. But as he said, the cupboard is full. A lot of good kids come back next year, and we're going to be right here with them. Very excited about that. And, Coach, again, I can't thank you enough for allowing me to come over here and be a part of this, the Hilltopper family and the Topper Nation. It's been a lot of fun just getting started. We got a lot more to do, and this is just year number one under our belt. It's going to be a lot of good stuff going ahead, and looking forward to working with you in 2016. And we had some fun this year. Going to have some fun next year too.
We are, and we really appreciate you, Tom. Everything you did from the radio to this show to JV nights, announcing, everything that you've put into this program. But we really appreciate you and appreciate what you guys do.
Go Toppers.
Go Toppers. Thank you.
There you go. That's the man. Love him to death. Go to battle with him. Do want to say thanks to Champion Chevrolet, Blue Lizard Australian Sunscreen, Chick-fil-A, and Center Street Wealth Management Group. Our buddies Tim Colvin and Greg Taylor and the good folks at Wells Fargo making this go. Also the man who shot this show every week, Robert Kell, thanks to him. Most of all, thanks to the good Lord to give me the talent to do this and hang with a guy like this man right here, Stacy Carter. So have yourself a good off season. We'll be back soon with the 2016 Stacy Carter Coaches Show. Until then, we'll tell you as always, win or lose, be a good sport. Thanks for watching the Stacy Carter Coaches Show, and go Toppers.